Ilia Topuria is already looking past Justin Gaethje and setting his sights on a massive super fight. The lightweight champion just revealed he is targeting a welterweight clash against Islam Makhachev by the end of this year, assuming he gets past Gaethje at the White House event. That would be one of the biggest pound-for-pound fights imaginable. Meanwhile, Colby Covington is calling Justin's upcoming matchup a complete mismatch. Colby openly admitted that El Matador is currently the best fighter on the planet after his destruction of Volkanovski, Holloway, and Oliveira. He says sending a veteran like Justin, who's clearly on the decline, against a prime Topuria is basically sending him to the slaughter. With Ilia riding an insane wave of momentum and already eyeing even bigger challenges across weight classes, the entire lightweight and welterweight landscape could be shaken up before the year is over. Islam, on the other hand, is gearing up for his first welterweight title defense, with potential matchups against the likes of Morales or Gary already being discussed. Let's roll the clip of Ilia Topuria discussing the potential Islam Makhachev super fight.
So if the fight has to happen, it's going to happen. If not, it's not going to happen. I think it's going to happen at some point. I hope so, at least. And hopefully it's going to happen at the end of the year. After this fight, who knows? Maybe we are going to get that fight, finally. Are you surprised that it is Justin that you're fighting at the White House? I'm surprised because I thought that he's going to win that fight against Justin. Yeah. So I was thinking in myself before that fight that I would face Paddy, because since the first moment that they announced the White House, I always knew that I would be in that event. So I was like, if Justin is fighting against Paddy, I'm going to fight the winner, and I think that Paddy is going to win that fight. And I was surprised because of that. If a company is gonna do a show off of the products that they have, I consider myself as one of the best products that the UFC has right now.
The light heavyweight division is suddenly heating up in a major way. Robert Whittaker has officially confirmed he has a set date for his 205-pound debut and is targeting a quick run into the top 5. On top of that, Reinier de Ridder has announced he is also making the move up to light heavyweight. Both fighters are following the path recently blazed by Paulo Costa. What makes this even more interesting is the web of history between them. De Ridder has a past win over Whittaker, Whittaker has a victory over Costa, and right now Costa is one of the hottest names at 205 after his impressive knockout win over Azamat Murzakanov. With Carlos Ulberg likely being forced to vacate his title due to his knee injury, and the division lacking dominant contenders, the arrival of Whittaker and de Ridder adds serious star power and fresh matchmaking possibilities. This could turn the light heavyweight division from chaotic to absolutely stacked in a matter of months. On top of that, Chimaev himself has revealed that if he gets past Strickland, he's also planning a move up in weight, setting the stage for a wave of middleweights storming into the light heavyweight division. Let's hear Rob explain his move up to 205.
Wow, 205, Rob.
Mate, the last couple cuts have been hard, and I know the growing trend is like Rob's a small middleweight, but I'm just short with stumpy arms, okay, and like I'm tall, I'm short for the division anyway, so there's not much difference going up. They're taller than me anyway, down in middleweight. Like I'm a big guy, but like people don't realize how long it takes me to get down to the weight.
So like, could I ask, right now you're in between fights, in between camps, how much do you weigh?
Like 235 maybe? I feel like the division's open. I feel like some good fights to be had. I feel like there's a lot of guys that I can, my skill set can prevail on. But like I said, like wait and see. We're going to have some conversations with some people this week and we'll lock things in after.
So a few chats over in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm in the area. So
Yeah. You might as well.
I can organize something.
Khamzat Chimaev just absolutely went off on Sean Strickland, this time taking the intensity to whole another level. In a fiery new interview on Adam Zubayrev's YouTube channel, the middleweight champion went off on Strickland, issuing a chilling warning. Chimaev also reacted to Dana White's decision to shut down all Paramount face-offs between the two during fight week, stating he disagrees with the restrictions and considers them pointless. When asked about fight strategy, Khamzat kept it surprisingly relaxed. He said he's not overthinking anything. Whether he finishes Strickland early or drags him through all 5 rounds, he's simply going to step in the octagon and go with the flow. These comments come as the already heated middleweight title fight is being surrounded by unprecedented security measures, with Dana even going as far as placing fighters in separate hotels to prevent any potential incidents before fight week. Chimaev continues being calm and calculated when talking about the fight itself and the game plan, but far more more aggressive and personal when addressing Strickland directly. Let's roll the clip of Khamzat Chimaev's explosive interview on Adam Zubayrev's channel.
The UFC recently canceled the planned face-off with Sean Strickland. Dana White said it was to prevent things from getting out of control. How did you react to that? Did you actually want that face-to-face?
I don't think they should have canceled the face-off. A lot of people expected that if I see him in person, something would instantly happen, but I move depending on the situation. If I see someone disrespecting me, then they'll get it. If we are talking hypothetically, no security, just me and him crossing paths. I do not think about it like that. I just react to whatever situation is there in the moment. I mean, we are going to fight anyway. That is all that matters. Even the people around him, I feel like they get along with me better in some ways, so you can take that how you want.
Some people are saying you hate Strickland so much that even if he taps, you might not let go of a choke.
I am not trying to kill anyone inside the cage. That is not what this is about. In the cage, it is sport and there are rules, but outside of it, it is completely different. In a street fight, I take things very seriously, and if anything were to happen between us in a street fight, he would not come out alive. Now, when it comes to how the actual MMA fight plays out, I always see myself winning, and how it happens is up to God.
Jon Anik just addressed the growing chaos surrounding the Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland middleweight title fight at UFC 328. With the reports flying about the two getting physical, Strickland allegedly being strapped, and all sorts of heated incidents, Jon had a very honest take. He said he actually hopes the fight week gets as chaotic as possible. He wants both fighters to get extremely heated because that's exactly what the UFC loves and what fans want to see. He even joked that he hopes he'll be the one standing between Sean and Khamzat during the face-off, saying he loves every bit of that tension and energy. On the actual matchup, Jon believes Strickland does have a real chance against the champion. He pointed to Sean's massive experience, strong mindset inside the cage, and ability to stay composed under pressure as factors that could make this a much tougher fight for Chimaev than many are expecting. With just weeks to go until UFC 328, the buildup is already delivering plenty of drama. Let's roll the clip of Jon Anik breaking down the Chimaev-Strickland chaos.
When you have two fighters that hate each other as much as Khamzat and Sean, and also a guy like Sean who's willing to go at it with someone in the crowd, what's going on through your mind? Like, are you preparing for that differently to, say, a normal?
Well, you always have to be prepared. And I don't know, I'm hoping you're kind of manifesting this thing, and somehow, some way, Dana White's too busy, and on a Thursday in Brick City, Newark, New Jersey, I find myself somehow, some way between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. I want those problems. Those are the problems I want, Dennis. So hopefully I find myself in that very setting as opposed to just watching on my computer banging keys back in my room. But I don't necessarily overthink that. I just get excited for the possibility of chaos and bottles being thrown at my head and everything else. I'm looking for it. Well, the key is maybe not a lot of those things, to not really overthink what he's going to do during fight week. Just be who you are.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.